Hello everyone, here Pablo, CEO at Zerf, at the airport in Buenos Aires, Argentina, ready to go to one of the most exciting trips I've ever done. We're going to a 3 day trip with my business partner and co-founder Santiago Nucera. We were invited by our clients to experience 3 days in one of the most luxurious resorts in the whole world, that is Sandals Resorts. We're going to document everything, to live the whole experience and to understand how it feels to be a guest in this kind of resort. We're going to develop the new mobile application, so basically we need to understand how the systems are interacting with the daily basis of the guests and how can we improve that experience with a technological product that answer to all the needs of these guests. We're going to talk with the workers in the hotel. We're going to talk with some guests, and we're going to visit probably different resorts to understand the difference between them. So, well, stay tuned. We have just arrived to Miami International Airport. We are waiting for our next plane to Jamaica. Here am I with Santiago, that is my business partner and co-founder. Say hi, Santi.
Hey, how are you doing?
He's not very friendly to the camera. Well, we just met two colleagues of us that are going to Jamaica too to experience the whole resort amenities. So we are super excited about this experience. Stay tuned. We have just arrived to Jamaica after 24 hours of different planes. We have just arrived here. We need to pick up our luggage and then we are going to go to the resort. The first thing we found as soon as we arrived was this huge banner about sandals. It's incredible to see all the pictures that we are coding every day and to see all the product that we are promoting with our development and airport like this. So well, I will keep documenting everything so you can understand how it feels like to be a guest in one of the best resorts in the whole world. I know what it is, like lunch, right? Like lunch in for a VIP saloon in the middle of the airport. Here we're with Santiago waiting for our bus that is going to take us to Sandals Montego. So well, we have some chips here, water, different beverages, good stuff. After a 24-hour flight, it's very refreshing to be welcomed by something like this. You have different places. It's a very sandals type place. It's very similar to their offices in Miami. We're super excited about what's coming next. Here we are in the bus that is going to lead us to Montego Bay. I think that the trip is like 10 minutes away. We're going to be in the resort. Well, here we are at Sandals Resorts. We were received with a fresh towel with lemon smell so we can fresh ourselves. And here is the first view of the resort. Look at this. Then we are like checking in here. They got our luggage and I think they are going to put it in our rooms directly. Well, here we are again. We have just finished our day in Sandals. We had a lot of meetings with people from the resort. We have heard their pain points, their suggestions to build a new application. We have interviewed them so we can just try to understand what's their daily work about. After that, we went to a pub called the Cricketers where we ate different kind of food. Then we just walk around the hotel. We reach a bar that is literally in the sea. Now we are going to go to sleep because tomorrow we have to have different meetings with different workers and with the team in order to align expectations for the new application. So well, that was all for today. This was a very long day. We are happy, we are full, and we're going to sleep today. Hello everyone, here we are again. This is my third day in Sandals Resorts. Well, this is one of my first days in which I will be almost completely free. So I will explore the whole resort. My idea is to visit a different resort too, to understand the difference between Montego Bay and Royal Plantation. I will keep you informed. So far, the experience was beyond expectations. It was amazing. If I could suggest something, I will perhaps improve the first moments in the resort, not because I felt bad about them, but because I wasn't familiar to how was the process and I felt a little bit lost. When I arrived to the hotel, I really didn't completely understand what was going on until they told me that we were doing the check-in. What I will include is to have an onboarding process, perhaps 50 minutes, instead of having a daily orientation process. I will suggest to have different moments across the timetable, so any new guest that actually has no previous experience in sandals, beaches, or any perhaps luxury resort can actually understand what's going on. And I think that the digital experience is key here, because all of that is very difficult to replicate at scale, and it's very difficult to coordinate from a logistics point of view with different flights, different people arriving from all over the world. If you actually design a very smooth experience in the application, you can ensure that you can replicate that onboarding 1 zillion times. And then you're going to save not only a lot of times for your workers, but also you will communicate very accurately to all guests. And you can also promote the app download. First impressions, this place is stunning. As soon as you arrive to the lobby, you can see Caribbean Sea, beautiful, different colors. When we arrived here, someone received us in a very good way. They asked us how we felt during our trip. They gave us towels so we can refresh ourselves and be more comfortable. And they gave us drinks so we can relax a little bit and to cool down after a very long trip. And then they guided us to our rooms. First impressions of the room, it was huge. I have a very huge bathroom. I had a king size bed, and then I have a fridge with a lot of different beverages and drinks. I have this balcony that is amazing with a towel here. The view is stunning, really stunning. Something that all the staff mentioned was the quality of the service. I had several conversations with different workers across the resort. They were really interested in you. They were really into the conversation, and they were not just chatting. One thing I appreciate of every organization is the attention to the details, and that's something that I noticed when I arrived here at Sandals. The logistics, the combination, the introduction, and the preparation for every guest to feel like they are actually arriving to their home, their second home, and not to a resort. Hi again. As you can see, I'm back in my apartment in Buenos Aires. Let's chat honestly about the great and not so great things from our 3-day trip to Jamaica and Montego Bay. First of all, the trip was very long. I spent more than 24 hours between flights, connections, and layovers. And by the moment I arrived to the resort, I was completely exhausted. I didn't know about travel requirements. Did I need a visa to enter to Jamaica? Are there any special vaccines? Yellow fever? I honestly didn't know about that, and it would have been great to know about that beforehand. One amazing thing I found out about the resort was that they had their own lounge at the airport. Basically, after a 24 hours flight, you need to sit down to be able to relax, to grab a drink, and to have something to eat. And that's exactly what Sandals does for their guests. The only thing I will improve about that experience is that I really didn't know about the lunch until I saw it. And that's something very important for travelers, because if I had known about that before I arrived to the resort, probably I will be less stressed than I was. And that's because when you're traveling and after a long trip, you are not at your 100% capabilities to think about what are you going to do, how you're going to reach the resort. Knowing that beforehand will have helped me a lot to relieve my stress. Another thing I noticed is that the app has a lot of potential. The in-person experience at Sandals, it's flawless, smooth, and easy. The digital journey must emulate and reach that level of quality. That's why the app should guide you better and ensure you're making most out of your stay since the moment you arrive. As I always say, the journey starts at the very beginning of the idea of traveling, and it ends long after you leave the hotel. That's why the digital journey must guide you through the whole process and helps you to understand the full potential of your trip, because that's the only way you can actually feel real hospitality. That's what we believe in, and those are the types of solutions we build every day at Zerf. Well, that's it for this time. I really enjoy putting everything together and showing you our experience at Sandals Resorts, and I hope you really enjoy it too. If you're interested in what we do at Zerf and how we can help you to deliver your next amazing hospitality product, reach me out through LinkedIn or email, or visit us at zerf.tech and learn how we are helping several resorts to deliver the best products in the hospitality world.